go. Are you gonna do anything? So, Cody, what do you think about that? Guys, what do you think about it? Okay.
No comment. You love me, right? You love me, guys?
Yeah! Jonathan, ladies and gentlemen, with a beatbox, literally beatbox. Okay, so Cody was actually a part of this skit. You can look at his face, the acceptance of it. Okay, so never mind. We'll introduce our next speaker right here. Okay, so Cody is actually the founder of BeatNation and also a 6-time champion and the first Malaysian beatboxer to actually get the gold medal back for Malaysia. Malaysia boleh, that's what's up. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like all of you to listen to what Mr. Cody has said. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Mr. Cody Coex Foo a round of applause.
All right. So, okay, before I start off, I wanna have a conversation going on. All right. Instead of having me come up here and speak for 18 minutes, I wanna open the floor to any questions at any time. All right. All right. At any time you can ask me a question. Just raise up your hand and I'll go, you, this boy or girl. All right, and I'll go on. All right. But before I go on. Hit it. Impact. All right, so moving on. Hi, my name is Cody Coex Foo. First, before I move on, I want to give a shout out to my dad for making me. This man is responsible for many things. Most of my pain and most of my joy. Mostly joy. But yeah, so moving on. All right. So my name is Cody Coex Foo. I'm 24 years old this year. I am a 5-time beatbox champion, not 6. I am a founder of BeatNation, and I do of course go around the world and just beatbox, right? So that is what I do, and that is what I love. That's absolutely what I love. So how does one make a career out of beatboxing? Out of making innate sounds with their mouths, right? It seems somewhat of a circus trick, but it's an art form, alright? Yeah, you better believe that, okay? Or I'll punch you. Alright, no. Violence is never the way, especially not to convince someone that something is art. Game of Thrones is awesome! It is? It's great. Okay, cool. So, the theme of the event is the power of you, alright? Okay, I'm gonna come out here and say, you can do anything you want. Jesus line of law, alright? But remember, you can do anything, but not everything. You need to pick and choose the things that you love to do, and do it. Alright? Now, throughout my entire life, I've only had 5 big dreams. 5 big dreams, alright? I'm 24 this year. Now, when I was 7 years old, why are you laughing? Cannot believe I'm 7, is it? Like I was 1-7, a small boy walking around. Alright, so I was 7 years old at the time, and I grew up watching this program called Bill Nye the Science Guy. Yeah. One mother. This dude was Bill Nye the Science Guy. Alright? Now, when I was watching Bill Nye the Science Guy, at the time, I wanted to be a scientist. That was, hey, don't laugh. Yo, kurang ajar, I swear. So when I was 7 years old, that was what I wanted to grow up to be. And I watched every episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy. I learned absolutely a huge amount of things like the long form of DNA. Do you know what that is? Don't lie. The deoxyribonucleic acid. Yeah, that's right. I memorized that when I was 7 years old, and it was really, really interesting. That's because the show kept repeating that word throughout the half an hour, and it was great. So back then, that was my first big dream. I wanted to be a scientist, right? I had horrible grades, but I wanted to be a scientist. Now, fast forward about 10 years later, I was 17 years old, right? And at the time, I started picking up beatboxing for about a year plus. And back then, I wanted to be a beatbox champion. And not just like champion. I'm gonna be the champion, you know? You could be a champion in many things, but to be the champion, to be that one guy, gotta be the Lee Chong-wei, you know? Lee Chong-wei with beatboxing. That's what I wanted to be. Now, when I was 17 years old, that dream seemed like a far, far, far goal for me. Super far. It almost seemed impossible. But coming to 19 years old, 20 years old, 21, 22, I scored many, many, many championships. One of them was an Asian level. We had Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesia, all coming to Singapore and competing. And Malaysia, tapau bro. We not only got first place, which is me, we also got second place. So yeah, Malaysia don't play when it comes to making music with your mouth. One of our greatest contributions to the world. So that was my second big dream, and I achieved it. And back then, it was sheer willpower. I didn't know much. I was an idiot. All right. How many of you are 18 or 19? You guys are idiots. All right. You guys think you guys know stuff? You don't. Okay. Wait till you're 21. Or wait till you're 22. Seriously, we may think we're geniuses, right? Back then, like wow, I'm 19 now. I am an adult. Don't even know how to fold clothes, please. Don't lie to me. Wait until you go out, you live alone, and you fold your clothes, wash your clothes, clean your clothes, iron your clothes, and cook your own meal, and tell me you think you know how to be an adult. You don't. Not yet. So I'm 24 years old right now, and I've achieved my second victory. I'm a 5-time champion, and one of them is an Asian league. And right now, currently, I am the highest ranking in the country for about 3 years now. No one has toppled me since. The closest guy behind me is like 2-time champion. He's got like, how did it go? It really does make you feel good. So, and my third big dream, my third big dream, at the time, I was 21 years old, and I was watching a string of TEDx videos because that's when critical thinking really came into place for me, right? That's when I was 21. When I was 19, I was an idiot, like y'all. Well, that's when critical thinking sets in, and once you really move forward in life and start learning and milking the internet for whatever information that it has, man, then you're properly living it. So when I was watching my string of TEDx videos, what I wanted to do then was to be a TEDx speaker. Like, that was like my ultimate goal at the time. And it was insane. It was an insane goal because I'm this boy from Penang. I studied at a Chinese school. I changed like 4 schools because I'm a rascal. And I'm like, I got like shit grades, right? So there I was telling my mom, hey mom, I'm gonna be a TEDx speaker one day. She's like, dishes also don't want to wash? You're not going to speak to the world. Here, please. So at the time, that was a huge thing for me. That was a huge dream. And fast forward, a very short year later, I got my first TEDx opportunity. and I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what I did to earn it. I'm a 22-year-old boy that beatboxes. Nothing, I wouldn't say nothing, but there was very little to justify my spot as being a TEDx speaker. But there I was. So from one TEDx, it became 6. So I'm a 6-time TEDx speaker now. This is my 6th one. What's up? Proud me, you know that. Proud me. Hey. So that was my 3rd big dream. My fourth one is building the beatboxing scene and culture to the next level. And I've done that through founding BeatNation. And right now we have about 2,500 members, more or less, which comprises the beatboxers all around Malaysia. And what we do is we gather and we educate and we push them forward. Now, to educate and build an artist is way more than just teaching them sounds. It is building the artists themselves. That's all mindset. You come to any of my workshops, come to any of my beatboxing workshops, I'll teach you nothing about beatboxing. It will all be mindset. It will all be how to handle yourself, how to carry yourself. Character over skill. Character over skill. No matter how good you are at what you do, it doesn't matter because no one wants to work with you. Right? Keep that in mind. Character over skill. Those are the few things that you don't need talent for. Character. Alright, moving on. So that was my 4th big dream, and I've done that. I've built my company up, I've set everything up, and I'm starting to lead as I go. I'm 24 years old. I've had the privilege of mentoring one kid for about 4 years. Right? Sorry? No. Sawyer is this 8-year-old kid that I'm mentoring now. He's a super sweet kid, but he's very young. I mentored this one kid. At the time he was 16 years old and he just started beatboxing. Now he's 22 now and he's a champion. What's up? And he's a great person. Great personality, very strong character, confident, knows how to deliver his points, very clear, very concise, very articulate. And that's all me. What's up? I'm so proud of myself. Now my 5th big dream, my 5th big goal, super big one, which is my current one, is to win a Grammy. Now, by saying to you guys, all 100 plus of you guys, I'm gonna win a Grammy, right? There's a lot at stake, okay? There's a lot at stake. My ego especially. But the thing is, this is what makes us human beings so resilient, so absolutely amazing at what we do, is that we are able to focus in on a particular task and do it very well. Now, there is really no difference between me and you. There's really absolutely no difference. Probably age, probably the way you speak, probably the way you dress. Right? I mean, these sweatpants, man. I got a whole story about these sweatpants, I tell you. Holy crap, man. Okay, I won't go into it right now. But if anyone asks me later, I will tell you. It's because my original pants could not work. So I had to dress my soundcheck pants. But still work, right? Yes. Yeah. So there's very little difference between me and only. But yeah, speaking about RMC, Eugene, I met him when he was 14 years old. Back then I was 19, and I had a mama session with him for about 6-7 hours, and he's a great man right now. So I'm super proud of you. Give a big hand for you. When he was 14, he was a loser. Absolute idiot, I swear. But I'm really proud of you right now. Seriously, I'm super proud of you. My 5th dream. That's a better one. So now I am on my way to win a Grammy. Now, judging from the goals that I've set for myself, I am about 80% successful. Save the scientist one. I am not a scientist today. Nor do I have a TV show telling people about how science works. But so far, the goals that I've set for myself, I've managed to achieve them. Now, here's something that you need to take home, okay? Here's something that you really need to ingrain in yourselves, right? In whatever you do, set a really, really, really high bar. Set something super unrealistic, something you know deep down inside that it will take you a lot to reach. Like a Grammy. Set it and climb your way there. And I promise you, you will get there. Alright? But it's totally achievable and it's totally within your reach. It's totally within your reach. And I'm sure for some of you, your biggest dream probably just get some girl, right? I urge you to dream bigger. Set that bar real high and just go for it. I promise you, you reach there. Whatever it is, grit your teeth and push through. Stress will come through your way, but grit your teeth and pull through, man. You can do it. Okay, there's no such thing as crushing your dreams because they're your dreams, right? Now, it is going to be very, very, very real that the people around you will try to talk you out of it because in their mind, they're probably doing you a favor, right? My dad did that to me once. My dad was like, "You're 18 years old. Why do you want to go to a club?" And at the time, I just wanted to go to this club called Cloth and Clef in Bukit Bintang because there was a hip hop night, and they were looking for beatboxers to perform. So I was a super young beatboxer, although very noob at the time, but I still went anyway, right? I had a fight with my entire family, all my auntie, uncle, all there sitting there, and plus they're Hainanese, so it's very hard to fight, right? The Hainanese all go there, right? I got 3 aunties and 1 father, right? So thankfully, my father is very liberal, right? We swear at each other, we were very good friends actually. Love you, Dad. So at the time, much like you, I was fighting for my dream. But all my aunties said, "No lah, why for you go? It's so late already, and it's dangerous and all that." But I pressed forward. From 10 o'clock, I'll be arguing until 12, until 12 a.m. And until the point my father was like, "Okay, you just want to go and experience, right? Okay. Then he sent me over there, and then he sent me back, right? And it was great. It was by far the pivotal moment of my career because after that, people started knowing who I was. I got a little bit more stage time, which is more practice, and I got to go into the direction I wanted to go. So people will crush your dreams or try to, but it is up to you to hold true to what you want. So you gotta really want what you want and push through. Let no one talk you down, especially not your parents, especially if you're Chinese. The beautiful thing about human beings is that we are very adaptive creatures. Let me tell you about this story about Governor Gibson. Now, Governor Gibson in America was one time shot in the head. Alright? Now, when she was shot in the head, she survived, right? But the bullet landed right at the part where her speech impediment was, right? Where the control speech is, right? So for about a good year, going through physiotherapy and all that, she could not speak. But she was a governor, right? But what she wanted to do was speak. She had a frontal lobe, everything, her cognitive sense was great and everything, but she wanted to speak. But how do you speak when that part of your brain is damaged? It almost seems impossible to work through, right? But she did it. She found a music therapist, right? Now, a music therapist is someone that uses music to recuperate your senses, right? Because music, according to studies, is the only medium that uses 100% of your brain. So with neuroplasticity, the therapist guided Governor Gibson through, first by teaching her how to sing, and then teaching her how to chant, and then teaching her how to speak. So her brain pretty much used a different pathway to achieve the same effect that she wanted to achieve. So I'm going to tell you one time, even if I do lose my voice today, try. I will still be one of the greatest beatboxers of all time. I believe that if you ever have a hunger to be successful, you have to be optimistic. It's a choice, it's a decision. So if you were to ask me whether I am optimistic all my life, no, I'm not. It was a choice. I had a pretty rough childhood. My dad wasn't there half the time. I I was bullied in school a lot. And it was a really tough childhood. I had every reason to give up. I really did. But it's a choice. If you really want to be successful, you have to be optimistic. There is no going around it. It is like 1 + 1 = 3. You have to do it. You have to do it. Oh, no one laughed? Did you guys not notice 1 + 1 is not 3? Did you guys not notice that? Okay. I did. I was wondering whether you'll catch it. So being optimistic is an absolute necessary tool if you ever want to be successful in your life. You cannot be talking about the power of you without being confident. There's no such thing. You cannot go 2 weeks without. It has to come with. It has to just come with. If you do not have it, you will not succeed. Full stop. Alright, so now I've come to the end of my talk. 3 things for you to take away. 3 things for you to take away. Listen up very carefully, yeah? No matter what you do, whatever you do, character over skill. You could be the best in the whole damn world. If you're still an asshole, no one wants to work with you. Character over skill. Second. When you chase something that you know is unrealistic. Because if it's realistic, you can get there regardless. You just gotta plan out your steps. You just gotta be a little bit more hardworking. Just get off your ass and wake up 1 hour earlier, and you will be able to do it. But that's not enough. Dream a little bit further. You've heard the saying, right? If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not a big enough dream. Some Facebook quote somewhere, should go on. Go straight to Taylor Swift Instagram, should go on. You have to dream big. You have to dream bigger than yourself. And you have to fight for a purpose bigger than yourself. There's no point if you're gonna just me. No point. You gotta fight for someone else. The third thing you gotta take away. The third thing. Okay? Super important. Money may be very important, but it's not everything. Alright? You have to work a little bit more than that. Okay? Money is never the end goal. Money may assist you to reach your end goal, but it is never the end goal. If it is the end goal, you will never end, because there will always be more money.